Let's see some more important terms in magnetism. Magnetic flux. It is denoted by phi. Its unit is Weber, denoted by WB. Now what does this mean? What is magnetic flux? It is the number of magnetic field lines. If the number of magnetic field lines is 10 power 8, we call it as 1 Weber. Okay, it's a unit. 10 power 8 means 10 crores. 10 crores of magnetic field lines means 1 Weber. Okay. Magnetic flux density B. Now this is defined as this how many lines are passing through unit area. If this 10 crore lines are passing through unit area, you will say that 1 Weber lines are passing through 1 square meter. So this ratio is called Tesla, denoted by T. The third property parameter is permeability. Now let us say I bring one magnetic substance and keep it in an external field or near a strong magnet. The strong magnet will have its own magnetic field. Now what are the possibilities? This material may allow the lines to pass through it or may not. It depends upon whether it is dia, ferro or para. Now that property is called permeability. It is permitting to these lines to pass through it. It depends upon the material property. Mathematically it is shown by mu. Mu is equal to mu 0 into mu r. Okay. Mu 0 is defined as permeability in air or vacuum, and its value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. Suppose you are taking some other medium, other material, so there this relative permeability of the material will come into picture. So you can see here mu r is ratio of mu and mu 0. So it's basically a ratio and it is dimensionless. So mu r can be less than 1. If it is less than 1, it is a diamagnetic. If it is slightly more than 1, it is paramagnetic. And if it is very very large compared with 1, it is ferromagnetic. Okay. Now what happens is you bring a magnet or some substance in an external magnetic field. Now here one magnetic field lines are trying to magnetize and one is getting magnetized. That which is trying to magnetize is denoted by H. That which is getting magnetized, is denoted by B. So this mu is also defined as a ratio of B by H. Now from where it has come? This B is proportional to H. That which is trying to get magnetized, that which is getting magnetized depends upon the intensity of the one which is trying to magnetize. Let us say this person wants to take 1000 lines. If this person has 10,000 lines, then this fellow can take 1000 lines. As simple as that. So it is proportional. Okay. More lines it has, more it will take. So B is equal to some constant into H. We are calling it as mu, or mu is equal to B by H. Mu is equal to B by H. But mu can be written as mu 0 into mu r. Okay. So mu 0 into mu r is equal to B by H, or B is equal to mu 0 into H into mu r. I have shifted the terms. This mu 0 into H, I will call it as B0. It is nothing but the value in air. Okay. So B can be written as B is equal to B0 into mu r, to convert from air into some other medium. Then one more important term is intensity of magnetization. So suppose if I put a substance in a magnetic field and it got magnetized, that means it will have its own north and south pole. The distance between them is called magnetic length. So it will have its own magnetic moment. If you take this magnetic moment and divide by its total volume, you get intensity of magnetization. It tells us to what extent the material is magnetized. So here we know that there is a relationship between the magnetic length and the geographic length. In my previous video I have discussed. So magnetic length is equal to approximately 0.84 times the geometric length. This north and south pole is almost very close to the ends. If I tend to ignore the small difference, I can sometimes it is written as I is equal to m by v. M means small m into 2l and volume is area multiplied by the total length. So here 2l get cancelled. Sometimes it is also referred as pole strength divided by the area. This is also defined as intensity if you tend to ignore the small distance. So but basically the definition of intensity of magnetization is this magnetic moment divided by the total volume of the magnet. Now let us find the total magnetic field. The total magnetic field will be, it's a vector, it is B0 plus Bi. What is this Bi? It is the induced magnetic field. So B0 we have written over here. It is mu 0h, sorry. B0 is mu 0h, right? This term I am calling it as mu 0h. And Bi, how much this has got magnetized depends upon the intensity of magnetization. So we can write it as Bi as mu 0 into I. If we take mu 0 common, so B vector is equal to mu 0 into H vector plus I vector. See, for ferromagnetism the magnetic field increases, I told you. If it's a diamagnetic, instead of plus you have to put minus. Okay, just make a note of all these formulas. They are very useful while solving numerators.